sort of facing a brief and you don't know what to do, you're a bit lost maybe, and you're facing the dreaded blank sheet of paper. If you fill your piece of paper with loads of little boxes, okay, so really, empty little boxes. And the reason we do this is because when you're facing a blank sheet of paper, sometimes it can be quite daunting to turn that into some amazing, fantastic idea. So all you've got to do is fill the first little box with a really silly first thing that comes into your head. Then the second box probably slightly better, third box might be even better. So hopefully by the time you get to the end of this sheet of paper or 3 sheets of paper or 10 sheets of paper, you've got enough stuff that out of that is your big idea. The
brief is a kind of request for a creative answer. That's the way to think about a brief. It's us saying to you, here's this kind of issue or problem that we want to solve with a piece of creative thinking that you're going to do. Use the brief as a springboard, so use it as a way to begin your thoughts and then try and take your idea somewhere surprising from it. And don't be afraid if where you think your idea is going to take you feels quite a long way from the brief, because sometimes that can be the most brilliant creative work that comes out of a feeling like that. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, that's probably a good thing.
I look for information. So the best ad I ever wrote was for BMW. And the question is, why does a BMW, why is it smoother? And the answer I found by talking to engineers, and eventually this German engineer said, he's giving me physics, he leapt up and suddenly picked up a glass of water like this, and he said, I'd take this glass of water and I'd put it on the engine block of a 4-cylinder 2-litre Mercedes, and I'd rev the engine and the water would jump up and down because the engine is imperfectly balanced. The glass wouldn't move, but the water would jump up and down. And then I'd put it on the engine block of a BMW and nothing would move, not the glass, not the water, because the balance is perfect. So I got to that by asking questions. So the first thing is ask the questions. So I call this product interrogation. Interrogating a product till it confesses to its strengths.
So I think from my point of view, what do I like? What's my interest? If I see something that's interesting, that I'm interested in, I'm going to be more likely to engage with it. So I mean, I like football, I like games, I like girls, I like all these different things. So am I going to make the ads am I going to make it kind of sexy appealing, or am I going to make it kind of sporty to kind of engage and catch that person's attention of who you're trying to reach?
You need to be one of these people who don't give up. There's a thing called the ditch of doubt, which is when any creative person, entrepreneur, inventor, you name it, will be going up a hill, very enthusiastic, and they drop into this ditch. And that's the point when a lot of people give up and start again. They just go into this cycle. But actually what happens, and is unique about good creatives and entrepreneurs and other successful people, is they just keep pushing up that ditch. They come out the other side and they keep going to the top. And they're the kind of people we look for. It's about having this driven attitude to just keep going and push. And if you're really determined, you'll be successful.